What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, good people? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Is that Carolyn? Is that Carolyn? I know. What's up, Chi Chi? What's going on? I'm calling you out. What's going on, Doc? Hope everybody has had a good day. What's going on, Marcia, Shonda, Travis or Tavin? I'm sorry about that. And Horn Mo and anyone else who just joined. Welcome. What's up, Carolyn? Welcome to, I don't know, Mark Lewis Show. We changing names around here. But anyway, I'm glad you guys here. Do me a favor, please share this video because it's going to help you. Trust me, it's going to help you. There's some information that I want to talk to you about. Maybe some stuff in the past, but we're going to bring it to the future because you need to hear it. Hope you guys are, I don't know, today, it's Tuesday, you guys finished watching the debate. I'm not going to really talk about the debate. I was watching the highlights of it because I didn't actually watch the debate. But I hear some good stuff on it. I heard Marilyn Anderson, she's weird, but hey, she, at this point in time, I think her style is, I'm not going to win. So I just might as well use this platform to just talk about the issues. So I think she's on a whole nother strategy. I saw Buttigieg. He did his thing. He emphatically talked about bringing troops home. Yeah, I saw some highlights. Bringing troops home. I saw Bernie when he made his slam dunk comment. He said, I wrote the damn bill. I think that was the highlight. I also heard Elizabeth Warren. She kind of ate, I think, Ryan's lunch or somebody's lunch, boy. She went off. I mean, she went off. I can't remember who it was. Let's see. That's all I remember. That's all I know. It was a good one. It was good. It was expected. It was a debate. For those who don't know why this debate happened, they put the moderates against the progressives. So Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders are the progressives. So they put the rest of the field, which are the moderates. We still don't know what Marianne Anderson is. I don't know if she's a moderate or Republican or what. I just know she's herself. That's all I know. And she's extra. But, she came with fire tonight. She talked about reparations. She talked about doing the math. I mean, she came with fire. She has nothing to lose. And when you have nothing to lose, you're probably the most dangerous candidate because you can say anything you want to say. And I think tonight she showed it. She at least showed that she's going to use this platform to talk about real serious issues. She did talk about climate control. Climate warming, global warming, climate warming, how the earth is getting this way, how we need to make sure that we take care of the environment. She did talk about that. What's up, Crystal? So she did talk about that. So those are the only highlights I have. Tomorrow night, though. Yeah, tomorrow night I got popcorn in hand. I think tomorrow night is the battle of the colors. Yo, for real, they put all the people of color on one stage facing who? Joe Biden tomorrow night. So I think that's going to be crazy. I think that is tomorrow night is going to be must see television because you're going to have Kamala Harris, you're going to have Cory Booker, you're going to have Castro. Who else you going to have? Andrew Lang, you're going to have him and a couple other people. I mean, they're going to, and so I'm going to be like, okay, Biden, what you going to do? And I think this is Biden's test. I think this is his test. I think Biden has to understand that he cannot just be gifted the nomination like other people felt like Hillary Clinton was gifted the nomination. So he got to work for it. I mean, this is an election. This is a competition. That means the best person should win, right? The best person with the ideas, the best person and all those different things, and the best person who people feel that can beat Donald Trump. That's what we're at right now. No one should have an expectation we're going to just give you the nomination. Nah, that's not going to fly over at all. So I think people are engaged and I'm glad that the field is so big. Even though I'm waiting for it to dwindle down because I kind of want to do one night thing instead of doing two nights. But, I'm kind of glad that we have a lot of people running because you get a chance to hear ideas. You know, for the last 3 years, all we've been hearing is Donald Trump, and what Obama didn't do. And I mean, it's all we've been hearing. But we actually get a chance to hear substantive types of debate, things, policies, and stuff of that nature. You know, Elizabeth Warren, she's the queen of policies. She got a policy for it. She got a policy for it. And she's serious on her policy. So I'm interested to find out how this platform is going to go when everybody's on stage. But tomorrow night, I mean, this is no disrespect to the people that was tonight. You know, I think they did their good. I just don't like how I wish they would have put some of the participants for tomorrow night on tonight, because it would have been a little bit more of a fireworks show, because, you know, that's what we want. But tomorrow night, oh my God, the Battle of the Cullets. That's what I said it. I said it's the Battle of the Cullets. But anyway, nevertheless, thank you guys for watching. I know you didn't come on here to talk about the Battle of the Cullets or the Battle of this, or the Battle of that. You wanted to hear some news. You wanted to hear some stuff that you can go on your day and to keep you going and to find out your life and to find out how this can help you. All right, let's go all the way to, I want to say Cushion, they spelled the Cashion. I thought it was spelled Cussing. But let's go to Cushion, Oklahoma. There was a grandmother who literally, when I tell you literally, just got the shock of her life. She literally thought that she was invincible, and unfortunately, she found out that police officers will treat you the same way that they're now treating you. Get no free pass. She's a 65-year-old grandmother out of Oklahoma, and she literally thought that she was going to get away. I mean, she refused to sign a ticket. And so let me play the video for you guys. Once we play the video, I want you guys to watch it, because a lot of you guys probably haven't seen it. But this happened a couple of days ago. So let me play this video for you guys so you can see it, and we can come back and talk about it. But yeah, she didn't handle this well, and then we could come back and talk about it. Let's go. All right, here we go.
Effective equipment, it's $80. You have till September 16th to take care of this. Get you to sign over the Exodus.
So you don't even give a warning for this?
You've been driving around for 6 months like that.
I'm truthful.
Well, I'm not going to give you a warning for something you've been driving for 6 months.
But, well, I don't want to sign it because I don't want to do $80.
You don't want to sign it?
No, because I don't think that I deserve to pay $80 for something that is fixable and I can fix it.
All right.
That's all you want.
Go ahead and step out of the car.
Why?
Because you're under arrest. Step out. Step out of the vehicle. Step out. Step out. I'm giving you a lawful order. Step out.
You be fair with me and I'll be fair with you.
Step out.
No.
You're under arrest.
No, I'm not.
I'm placing you under arrest. Step
You
out.
are full of because you're not placing me under no arrest.
Do not take off.
Shut up and give me that and I'll sign it.
Step out.
No.
We're beyond that.
You want me
Step
to...
out. Get out of the car! 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 Get out of the car!
You better leave me!
Put your hands behind your back!
Leave me alone!
Put your hands behind your back! Now! Put your hands behind your back! Put your hands behind your back! Lay down and put your hands behind your back! Now! No, you will not! You're gonna get it again! run?
Oh, I didn't run. I told you weren't going to arrest me. I pulled in here thinking that you would not.
You hurt?
Yeah, I'm hurt.
What hurts?
Everything.
All right, I got an ambulance on the way at the same time.
You got a what on the way?
I got an ambulance on the way to check you out.
Ambulance? I don't need an ambulance.
Well, you got tased, so they got to check you out.
You did not have to taser me.
You wouldn't comply, you wouldn't get out, and then you tried to kick me. So, yes, I did.
Yeah, I tried to kick you because I'm a country girl, because no, I
And
didn't
you got
like being
tased
thrown
because
on
of
the
it.
Yes, and I didn't like being thrown on the ground.
All right. Grandmama got thrown on the ground. Grandmother got the taste, and she got the wrath of a cop. Now, this is something that stuck out. Let me just run down. She didn't want to sign the ticket, and because she didn't want to sign the ticket, he wanted to arrest her. That's something that I need to talk to an attorney about that, because I didn't think that you had to sign a ticket. So what she did was wrong, but I didn't think you had to sign a ticket because you are agreeing to it. But I need to find out, is that true or not? Because she was riding around apparently with a broken tail light. I mean, it was a broken tail light. He wanted to give her an $80 ticket. All right. So she is now arrested on one count of felony assault on a police officer. You probably ask yourself, what was the felony assault? Well, she kicked the dude in the groin. That's what she did. And she goes and says, well, hey, you kicked me. He's like, well, I'm a country girl. This is what country girls do. So grandma, 65 years old, somebody better go bail grandma out. She made a mistake. That's the way I feel about it. Grandma should not have to spend any time in prison. But hey, maybe this situation woke up grandma and recognized that her privilege is not necessarily granted in these situations, because police officers they now have body cams, and now people are watching them. And the last thing that a police officer want is to be on social media showing how they can make differences with people. So I really have to figure out that in itself. If you don't want to sign it, I know that signing it is not a guilty plea. I agree with that, but I didn't think that you had to sign it. So I need to talk to some attorneys about that. So that's where I got this big question mark right here. That do you have to sign? Because I haven't signed a lot of tickets either, and or they've just given to me. They never asked me to sign. So I don't know. So I need to find that out. I need to find it out, because I'm a little confused on that. But anyway, grandmama got the shock of her life. Yeah, literally shock. And I'm pretty sure that's the first time she's ever probably been tased in her life. And that happened. It's sad that this happened, because she made a decision and she went ahead and drove off. Now she didn't get shot. Praise God for that. There you go, Christian. She didn't get shot. So she lived to see another day. Now, grandmama would have been a little bit darker. She wouldn't have made it. That's what we have starting to see from previous histories, that a traffic stop can actually end up in death. Shonda, you said always have been getting there. Kicked by the police. I won't touch that. I would definitely say there are people in the Appalachian states that have done that all the time. All right, guys, let's go to Florida. This is a sad story here. Florida, we're going to talk about this. The reason I'm showing you guys videos is because I feel sometimes, and I'm going to give you, the reason I'm saying this is because I feel that a lot of times that journalists, we talk about their stories, but we don't show their stories. So that's why a lot of times I show the videos, because it's important, because these journalists, they go out there and they do a lot of work, and a lot of people just chatter about it, but it's important to show their work, right? It's important to show their work. All right. That's why I show a lot of videos from different local people, because they need to get credit for it. Florida. This is a pastor. Watch this, y'all. Watch this.
Charges on 500 counts of possessing child pornography. The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office says 66-year-old Charles Andrews also faces 3 counts of failing to meet sex offender requirements. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children tipped authorities to 2 email accounts belonging to Andrews used to download child porn. Investigators traced the accounts, both of the accounts, to his home IP address. Now, a convicted registered sex offender from a 2006 case of second-degree sexual abuse in Alabama, Andrews is also a pastor at Osprey Church of Christ. Now he's in jail with a bond set more than $5 million. Katie Johnston for CBSMiami.com.
Yeah, that's a mess. But let me touch it for a second. I just saw Jay Ramey came on. Jay, can you answer this question for us? The last episode we just played a mother, she didn't want to sign a ticket. You're an attorney. Please let us know right now, if you do not sign a ticket, is that grounds to become arrested? Because the officer wanted to arrest her because she did not sign a ticket. Jay, if you could definitely answer that for us, I would really appreciate it. See, God works in mysterious ways. Attorney came on and we can ask that question. You see how that worked? As pastor. All right. This guy is a registered sex offender. So you're probably asking this question, how the hell he become a pastor, right? So apparently he is a pastor after he was registered as a sex offender. So they found 500 counts of child pornography, 66 years old. I mean, he will go to jail for the rest of his life. He was in jail before. He will go to jail for the rest of his life. They apparently, back in 2006, let me bring it on the screen, 2006, Andrew is a pastor at Osprey Church of Christ. Let me highlight right there. He is a pastor. He is a pastor, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, he is a pastor. That means he a minister. He's supposed to preach. He's supposed to be higher calling. He also is a registered sex offender who was convicted of the 2006 of second-degree sexual abuse in Alabama. Oh, God, Alabama. And now he's in jail with a bond of $5 million. So, a pastor? Okay, here. I get it. If you are a registered sex offender, it says second-degree sexual abuse. I can range from a lot of stuff. This ain't just a dude standing outside his car and taking a leak. This is touching or being involved with something sexual. And my question is, you got children in a church, right? You got children. And I would love to hear from those parishioners and to find out, because they probably didn't know. So let's take this time out, ladies and gentlemen, and to educate ourselves. If you belong to a church or a ministry, or you belong to a synagogue, or you belong to a place where you sending your children, please do me a favor. Please find out whether or not the leadership or leaders within who is over your children, please find out whether or not they have any form of indiscretions in their past that will constitute them to be registered as a sex offender. And I'm not here to go off on all sex offenders, because I do realize that there are levels and there are classes, right? But however, please be aware. So please do not just have your guard down because you are sending your children to a place of worship or a place of this or a camp or something. Please do your research as a parent or a grandparent or a good auntie or a good friend. Please do your research, because we keep seeing and hearing more and more and more of these incidences occur. And a lot of people sit there and they clutch their pearls like, oh my God, I didn't know this happened. The reason you don't know it happened because you didn't do your research. Now, you would go and do your research for schools and for anything else, but it seems that when we come to a synagogue or a place of worship, our guard is down because we actually feel like, well, everybody loves whoever your creator is. Everyone loves that. So that's why the guard is down. So do me a favor, ladies and gentlemen. Do me one solid. Please make sure that you go out and do some background on the people who are around your children. And maybe you just need to know. Maybe you yourself just need to know that the person, the man, the woman, or whomever that is that you're, submitting yourself to, maybe you just need to know that they have some indiscretions in their past, and that so you won't be shocked, or then you can make your decision accordingly. But I think it's very imperative for us not to sit back and say to ourselves, well, it's okay, whatever the case may be, it's this, it's that. So let's just be smarter about situations like this, because it is something that has occurred over a period of times, and unfortunately we keep seeing this happen. Okay, Jay has answered our question. Thank you, Jay. I really appreciate it. Jay says, from my understanding, we're talking in reference, if you're just joining, I asked Jay about a question, and the question was, Jay, do you have to sign? Jay is an attorney. He's a practicing attorney in Tulsa. Do you have to sign a ticket if you were given a ticket? Okay. And Jay has answered us. Thank you, Jay. Jay says, from my understanding, it is that if you don't sign the citation, you can be arrested and be taken to jail and to be forced to post bond, because signing is a promise to appear. However, the police do not have to arrest. They can give you a ticket and tell you that you don't have to appear or to pay or a warrant will be issued for your arrest. I will do some further research on this situation, this issue, and get back to you. Thank you, Jay, so much. I really appreciate that. Thanks for bringing that clarity, because I was confused because I didn't know. And I know each area is different, but thank you so much, Jay, for bringing light to that situation, because I literally was confused about that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you get pulled over, let's just sign the ticket. Signing the ticket does not mean that you have to appear. Signing the ticket does not mean that you're guilty. What this means is that you must appear in court or pay the fine. So that's what that signing ticket is. And see, we learn something new every day. See, this is what we do. We're growing. We're learning. See, if you weren't here, you wouldn't have known this, right? Because I know a lot of you guys are probably on that hood law stuff, and you like, nah, y'all ain't got to do that. Y'all ain't got to do that. No, let's take it from the law. Let's just practice the law. Let's make sure that we understand it. Okay. Something else. Let's talk about Russia. Let's get into some politics of Russia. We leave the domestic stuff alone for a minute. Let's talk about Russia. I want you guys to watch this video. And because we'll come back and we'll talk about it. This is about how Russia is using the racial discourse within the country, within our country, to use it as their advantage. Watch this video right here. Let me bring it up.
Russian efforts to meddle in American society stretch beyond elections. Documents seen exclusively by NBC News appear to show another bizarre campaign to sow unrest in the U.S. Russian operatives last year pitched a plot to manipulate African Americans. One especially disturbing proposal suggests recruiting African Americans with criminal records, giving them sabotage training at camps in Africa, and returning them to the U.S. Another proposal, encouraging African Americans to push for independent statehood in the South.
It does not surprise me at all the extent to which Russia would go to undermine our democracy and really target divisions that already exist within our country.
The documents were found in communications between Russians linked to Yevgeny Prigozhin, a catering magnate dubbed Putin's chef, indicted by Robert Mueller for trying to sway the 2016 election. While NBC News cannot independently verify the documents, they were uncovered by an investigative Russian opposition group called the Dossier Center, which, in the past, has revealed authentic material to us.
Our adversary is coming at us. We should expect it to happen now leading up to the 2020 election, and these documents indicate we're going to see it on steroids.
Well, there's no indication the plans were more than aspirational. Bipartisan members of Congress were so troubled they planned to introduce a bill to guard against these and other potential Russian plots.
All right, guys, let's get serious right quick, okay? Russia is using the discourse within our country as a weapon. Some of us knew that who read the Robert Mueller report. Some of us knew that who actually listened to talk shows or listen to me. So they're using it. So you're probably saying to yourself, okay, it's the truth. It is the truth. So you know how in your family that you have problems, right? And you have a person within your family who may have a drug problem. And you know that they have a drug problem. You're trying to deal with the drug problem. But your drug problem is kind of manageable. But you know that they have a problem. Do you want other people to come in and to implant their own knowledge within your own family and tell you what you should be doing with your problem? That's what Russia is doing. Now, true enough, we need to get rid of the racial problem within America. But what they're doing is using something that works. They know that black and brown are against each other. They also know that if we just tear you apart, you will not be stronger. And you know who's their operative? You know who's leading the cause? That's Donald Trump. We saw over the weekend he used very incendiary language towards Representative Elijah Cummings, used towards Baltimore. We saw Rand Paul back up that, telling Representative Oman to go back to Somalia so she can appreciate America. We've seen all that, right? We see it. We see it. We see it. And Donald Trump is using the same playbook that he used before, but he understands. And notice how all this stuff is coming together. Donald Trump is using what the Russians have done, and they're using race to divide America because he actually feels that there is more racists than actually people who are here that are not racist. And that's what he's trying to do. So his job is to implant the mentality like these black Republicans right now. And I just talk about the black Republicans. The black Republicans right now are talking about, or maybe not even black Republicans, just a lot of black people who feel disenfranchised by the Democratic Party. Now, a lot of the stuff they're saying is very true. But however, they don't recognize that what the agenda that's being pushed is an agenda from an outside entity for them to go out and to do this. I don't believe that they're bots. I believe that they're human beings. I believe that people on the outside created this distinction or this problem, but human beings have actually said, you know what? That is true. That is true. The Democrats have failed the black Americans. I don't believe that, but this is what is said. And some people probably feel like that's true. Then that's their truth. I can't say that that's their truth. That's not their truth. We can also talk about the facts. Like, for example, Donald Trump would come on and say, black unemployment is down at the lowest and he's responsible for it. But that's not true. But you have people who feel as if that Obama did not do enough for them, who are black, and they will turn around and take what he has said and say, you know what? He is right. Black unemployment is down. But they don't realize the truth was that when Obama took office, black unemployment was at 17%. And he brought it down when he left office at 7-something%. Yes, Donald Trump has kept it at around 7 or 6.8. So that's where it is. But black unemployment has been trending down. But however, when you are already upset at the past president, or you looking for something, you would say, yeah, I think he failed us. I think he failed us because he didn't do reparation. I think he failed us because of this. I think he failed us of that. So what is occurring is that they're taking some truths and stretching it and to create this, this discourse, and it's working. I mean, it's literally working. It's working. And don't think that it's not working, because there are a lot of people who feel that people of color are disenfranchised, and they looking at people who are in leadership and they was like, well, hey, what have they done? But what's so interesting is that they always are deflecting the problem on the people who are trying to help you with the problem. If you notice that, it's almost like let's just use it like this. Let's say a person is homeless and they're looking for food. So I am giving you food, but yet the person outside who is telling you, hey, he ain't giving you nothing, he's not doing anything for you, you're going to come at me and try to ridicule me, but I'm actually trying to give you food. Instead of us focusing our attention on the person that's yelling over here who's not doing anything for you, but yet they want to act as if that they're doing something for you. That's Russia. That's Donald Trump. That's what's happening in our country right now. And we have to be smarter than this. We have to understand that this is a tactic. This is something that can be used. It's the same scenario that happened in the Civil War. It's the same thing. They have made the poor whites to believe that they are better than the blacks and the browns by telling them their skin tone is better than you. And that's what created all of this distinction. That's what happened. And if we're not smart enough, we won't have an America, because we have a weakness, and our weakness is simply this. Our weakness is simply this. We don't take care of our own issues. That's where our weakness is. If we were strong at home, if we were strong dealing with racial connections and upward mobility, dealing with marginalized community, not having gentrification, if we were strong at home, you won't have outside people trying to tear that down, because they would stand up and say, no, we got this right. We got this right. We don't want any problems at all. We want no problems, because we see things working. And I believe, are we at a point, black and brown people, are we at a point where our love and our attention has changed? We're not getting the water hoses thrown on us, but however, we have a long ways to go. And I fully believe that the conversation of reparations, the conversation of racial equality, the conversations needs to happen. But what I don't want is that people use and weaponize those conversations as, if you don't do what we tell you to do, then we won't vote for you. Then we're going to end up with another 4 more years of Donald Trump. Okay, guys, let me go into my last video of the night. My last topic of the night. And it is very simple. Mom, I want to be a YouTube star. This is what kids are saying. This is exactly what kids are saying. Let's go to the survey here. Today's kids, I'm just going to read a little bit of this. It says today's kids are more likely to aspire as a career as a YouTuber rather than an astronaut, according to a new study. Toy productions firm Lego surveyed 3,000 kids between the ages of 8 and 12 in the US and the UK and China, as well as 326 parents who had children between the ages of 5 and 12. Almost a third of the kids in the survey said they wanted to be a YouTuber when they grow up, while 11% said that they wanted to be an astronaut. However, these responses varied depending on where the children were from. More than half of those in China said they wanted to be an astronaut, making it the most popular career aspiration. In the US and UK, that number fell to just over 10%, with video blogger or vlogger or YouTube rank as a top aspiration in countries. The number one let's go read this here. The top 5 career aspirations in the UK and the US are video blogger, YouTuber, teacher, professional athlete, musician, and astronaut. People in China, they want to be an astronaut, teacher, professional athlete, video blogger. It says this, just continue reading right quick. It says 3 in 4 children believe humans would eventually live in outer space or another planet, according to the research, with 96% of Chinese children believing this is true, compared to 63% of UK and 68% of US. When asked if they would like to go to space, 95% of Chinese kids says yes, while nearly 70% of US children and 63% of British children said they would do the same. In 2017, a survey of Fatherly of 1,000 children under the age of 12 found that most children wanted to be a doctor when they grew up, followed by a vet, engineer, police officer, or teacher. So you guys are probably saying to yourself, is this true? What's going on with our country? What's wrong with kids? Right? What is it? What's wrong with kids? What's wrong with kids? Listen, let me tell you something. I'm going to go back to a person who said something in 2017. He's a billionaire. I'm going to bring this on the screen, okay? He's a billionaire. Let me bring this on the screen. Most of you people, most of you guys know Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban is a billionaire. He owns the Dallas Mavericks and he has a lot of businesses. He had a discussion back in 2017 and it clearly says he noted that across the board, array of industries, robots will replace humans. Okay, I want to stay there right quick. Why am I talking about this? Because automation is important. Robots will replace humans. Robots are currently replacing human jobs. That's what's happening right now. Like it or not, automation is here to stay. You can fuss, you can cry, you can do a ton of stuff. It's here to stay. Robots can be bigger, faster, stronger. They can be coded. Right now, you're talking to me on a robotic machine. And it may not be a robot in the sense of it's picking up and doing things for you, but the code that is there are algorithms that allows you to listen and to rank me or whatever the case may be. Those are robots. But Mark made a bold prediction. Let me go back to it. This is his bold prediction right here. He said, and this was this in his interview. This is what he said. So the question was, what it takes, right? Whether it's finance, whether it's software programming. Mark Cuban, again, he's a billionaire. He said, no finance. That's the easiest thing. You just take the data and have it spit out whatever you need. I personally think there is going to be a greater demand in 10 years for liberal arts major than there were programming majors and maybe even engineers, because when the data is all spit out for you, options are being spit out for you. You need a different perspective in order to have a different view of data. And so having someone who is a free thinker. Whew, right? So what is he saying? He's saying liberal arts is going to be in high demand. What is liberal arts? YouTubers, speakers. Let's go back to this because I want to show you this. This is what liberal arts is right here, and this is the survey, and he's not wrong. This is the survey. Video blogger is liberal arts. Teacher, that's a form of liberal arts it depends, but it's an educator, but we'll leave it like that. Professional athlete, that's liberal arts. Musician, liberal arts. And astronaut, that's not liberal arts. Okay? So what's happening to our country? What's happening to our world? Why is there such a demand for liberal arts right now? Why is there such a demand for you to sit down and listen to me? Why is there such a demand for people or kids who want to be YouTubers? Why is there such a demand for people to want to go to theaters and people? Because you know what? We are missing the human touch. The human touch, the human connection, the ideas, my commentary, and everything is so programmed and rigid now. We have to do it this way. We have to do it that way. And this is why liberal arts is taking over, because we have such a desire in our country right now for people to teach us what we need. We have such a desire right now for people to give us stuff and to help us, because we want to have hope. We want to have these things that are important. That's why we have this desire. That's why, in my opinion, liberal arts is going, I agree with Mark Cuban, liberal arts is going to be the path that is needed because everything is robotic now. Even sometimes our news is robotic because it's not news for the people, it's news for the big spenders and the people who are controlling. They're not free thinkers. And so that's why we get so geeky when we see a news person actually changes the script and speaks off. This is another reason why Trump became president, because in his mind, he's a free thinker and people just got tired of the same thing. And this is, in my opinion, why robots are going to be here, y'all. Let me go to some of your statements right here because I don't want to skip over here. Veronica, you said my kids do. I hope for life change environmental science. Now they want to make memes and freaking slime, making videos. There aren't going to be what they want, parents winning at its finest. Shonda, you said, what's wrong with kids? They're just watching the damn adults. We elected a reality TV star president, and what's that supposed to be? Robots don't get sick. They have attitudes. They don't seal. And this is one of the reasons why right now, because we see individuality. And like it or not, ladies and gentlemen, liberal arts is individuality. It's your performance. And that's why people who want to be a YouTuber, people who want to go out here and they want to talk, they want to give this information, because we're lacking the human touch. We're lacking that because we got rid of it. Let's go back to school, y'all. Remember we had home economics? Remember we had shop? Remember we had, I'm going to take y'all back, long day. Remember we had field day where and you had competition and you had all this stuff and your kids was playing. You remember all that? We're missing that now. And our kids are hungry. Our adults, they're watching us. I agree with you, Shonda. They're watching us. They're watching the fact that we're thirsty. We're thirsty for something. This is the reason why some of us post pictures on social media and just sit back and find out, did I get enough likes on this? Did I get enough likes on that? This is why we go in our bedrooms and we're sleeping in our beds and we scroll through and we find out, okay, what this person's doing, who's their life. This is why people post their business on social media, because we're thirsty for that human connection. This is why folks are texting instead of picking up the phone and having a conversation, because we're so thirsty for that human connection. All right, guys, that's all I have for you tonight. That's it. It's a short night. But think about it. Hopefully it's something I've said to you had helped. I know that the stream froze a little bit, so I'm sorry about that. So hopefully I said something that will help you. If not, I see you Thursday anyway. All right, God bless. Peace. Take care.